Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. If you succeed a great man or have a famous parent, you will have to accomplish double their achievements to outshine them. Do not get lost in their shadow. Establish your own name and identity by changing course. Gain power by shining in your own way. Robert Greene. Andrew Cobra Tate is the son of the late Emery Tate, who was a professional chess player. Emery Tate was a legendary chess master. A trailblazer, he was the first and greatest African-American chess champion, and something of a folk hero among black chess lovers worldwide. Emery was known in chess circles as a charismatic, entertaining player, a brilliant tactician with a daring swashbuckling style. He was a gifted linguist who spoke 4 languages and learned Russian in only 2 weeks by reading a Russian-English dictionary. He served in the military, working in the Central Intelligence Agency, and was a martial artist. Emery Tate was a man who lived life on his own terms. He was described as an athletic man with an agile mind who would have excelled in absolutely any endeavor he would have chosen. Everyone who knew Emery said he was an unconventional genius, and he most likely had a photographic memory. Andrew idolized his father, calling him a true G, and credits him as the single greatest influence in his life, passing on the mindset that resulted in his success. Emery taught Andrew to play chess early on and became his chess coach, entering him in tournaments. Andrew was a quick learner, and at only 5 years old became the Indiana State chess champion in the under-16 division. Andrew recalls beating a 16-year-old for the title and watching him cry, which Andrew says he took pleasure in. Chess contains the concentrated essence of life. First, because to win you have to be supremely patient and far-seeing, and second, because the game is built on patterns, whole sequences of moves that have been played before and will be played again with slight alterations in each match. In chess, your opponent analyzes the patterns you're playing and uses them to try and foresee your moves. Allowing him nothing predictable to base his strategy on gives you a big advantage. In chess as in life, when people cannot figure out what you're doing, they are kept in a state of terror, waiting, uncertain, and confused. Robert Greene. Emery Tate was a brilliant chess strategist who was feared among chess players for an aggressive attacking style of chess. He would make unpredictable, bold moves to quickly finish off an opponent. The fact that Andrew was schooled in chess at such an early age by his father, a chess master, is no small factor in his future success. To learn to think strategically at such a young age is a great advantage, as those early influences become part of your mental architecture for the rest of your life. Power depends on appearing larger than other people. When you are lost in the shadow of your father or a great predecessor, you can't project such a presence. You need to forge a new path, creating your own name and identity. To do this, it's best to place yourself where there's a vacuum of power. Andrew was a gifted chess player and no doubt on the path to chess master, but he knew he would never be as good as his father. If Andrew Tate had pursued a career in professional chess, he would have been lost in his father's shadow. Andrew was also aware of the fact there is very little money to be made for most professional chess players. As good a chess player as his dad was, the family always had little money. When his parents divorced, Andrew's mother moved to England, taking her 3 children with her, while Emery stayed in the United States to play chess. Without his dad as a coach, Andrew had a good excuse to stop pursuing chess. Instead, at the age of 15, he began to pour his energy into kickboxing. Everything Tate loved about chess he found in fighting. Both are one-on-one competitions where you alone determine your fate. Both are war. You have to be ruthless and crush your opponent absolutely. Both use strategy, and if you lose, you made a mistake. There is no such thing as a lucky punch. To lose in chess, kickboxing, and even life means you made a mistake. Tate proved to have a talent for fighting, and by the age of 28 had 4 world championship titles. Andrew Tate had forged his own path and become a success in his own right, but he was only getting started. Despite being a kickboxing champion, Tate had little money to show for his efforts. Like chess, there was little money to be made in kickboxing, so Tate retired and, determined to become rich, began to study money. Eventually, he stumbled upon the vehicle to his first $1 million, an adult webcam business. The webcam business exceeded all expectations, making him tens of millions of dollars. Tate tasted the lifestyle, status, and power money offered and wanted more. He began to branch out into other business ventures, like casinos, a proven money-making business. The house always wins. From there, he started Hustlers University, an online money-making course which he would promote on social media. There were plenty of social media personalities selling online courses. The concept was not new.
Here in my garage.
He could use his lavish lifestyle to sell his online program, but that tactic had become mold hat. The trick is to stand out and shine in your own way. To do that, you need to hunt out those areas in culture that have been left vacant. Since power depends on the ability to fill a void, you need to find the vacuum you can fill and become the central character there that stands above the others. As a YouTube content creator, Andrew Tate shifted over time from merely pointless rants to more serious topics like world politics and social issues. Tate aligned himself with President Trump and the MAGA crowd. He started to talk about gender roles and relationships and gave himself the self-proclaimed title king of toxic masculinity. And this was where he found his niche.
Women say to me, "You're so, Andrew, you know what? You're so rich, but you're smart and you're actually very intelligent. And I know you'd get really bored of like a robot." And I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, I wish to God you were a robot.
As the woke movement and social sensitivity reached an extreme, Tate would fill the vacuum that was created. He would promote a tough, physically strong masculine image, rejecting anything feminine. Men were swashbuckling conquerors who needed to spend their time obtaining power and status, while women played the role of a humble servant. Everything was delivered with an abrasiveness that further provoked his haters, and the backdrop was an over-the-top, envy-inspiring display of wealth. But the message resonated with the legion of disenfranchised young men. It filled the vacuum created by the extremes of the woke movement. Andrew Robert Tate became an internet sensation. His meteoric rise in popularity was unprecedented, dominating on social media platforms like YouTube and TikTok. His following on Instagram gained over 2 million followers in 2 weeks. And Google searches for his name skyrocketed and passed the number of searches for Kim Kardashian, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden. If Andrew Tate had not found and filled the vacuum created by the woke movement, he would be just another unremarkable internet huckster trying to sell his get-rich-quick program. As Robert Greene says, there is much power to be gained from entering vacuums and voids. Tate forged his own path moving out of his father's shadow. He created his own name and identity, shining brighter than those around him. Power depends on the ability to fill a void. You need to hunt out those areas of culture that have been left vacant. There is much power to be gained from entering vacuums and voids.